going.
Like Cardi B once said, if it's up, it's up. If it's up.
If it's stuck, then it's up. But it's...
What is stuck if it's up?
Your dick.
But why would it be stuck?
You know why. It's stuck. That sucks about Celine Dion.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yo, what's going on? It's Terror Talk.
And it seems like Titanic was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Titanic was
still
2
popular.
VHSs when it was my time.
Yeah, me too. Two VHSs, yeah.
You had to watch 2 VHS tapes just to watch the whole fucking movie Titanic.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. You had to switch. Like, hey, change out now.
Can you imagine Avatar back then?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Probably like 3 VHS.
Yeah, or the Irishman. It's a 4-hour movie. There's probably like 7 of them.
Or like Oppenheimer. You need like 5.
Oh,
right? Oppenheimer was 3 hours,
3
right?
hours.
Yeah.
I think Titanic was 3 hours also.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a bummer. I just found that out. So just R.I.P. to Celine Dion, 55 years old. She had a very rare disease, stiff person syndrome. I never even heard of that. Sounds like the Matrix is updating our diseases or something.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But in this movie, theoretically, we could talk to her.
We could. In the movie we're going to review today.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to Me is the new A24 horror movie that was highly anticipated, highly celebrated. Lots of reviews ahead of time. I saw that it was like 90%, 98%. I'm not exactly sure, but it's high. Beloved by movie critics, beloved by moviegoers, and a hit at the box office. And we're going to give our spoiler review, spoiler takes on Talk to Me, and why it may or may not be one of the better horror movies of this decade.
Can I just say, we were just talking about this before. I didn't realize who the directors were.
Yeah.
It's Danny and Michael Filipu, whatever. I'm sorry if the Rocker Brothers.
They're our peers.
Yeah, so
YouTubers just like us.
Yeah, but if you guys haven't seen their YouTube videos, they're awesome. They do this one Cookie Monster that it just kills people. And it's just awesome stuff like that. But I always thought it was really well shot and it's always gory. Hence, when you watch this,
you see the machinations of it, like the beginning stages of what made them so talented in the first place.
Yeah,
there's talent everywhere.
That's crazy. I still can't believe that. I remember I've watched them for so long.
Yeah, so they're super talented.
Yeah. But that's cool. They could kick your ass too.
Yeah, they
not just me too.
They look like they could fight. Like that's pretty cool. But what's interesting about them is that this is their directorial debut, right?
Which is crazy.
And this movie, Talk to Me, feels like from a very seasoned veteran. Like it feels like this person has been doing movies for a long time. It's
a really well done movie.
Well done, well shot.
You know, it does take a lot of it takes a lot of recipes from past horror movies.
Yes, of course, yeah.
You know, as all movies do usually. But I mean, I enjoyed it.
I did too. I enjoyed it. The problem for me with this movie is not really a problem with the movie. It's a problem with myself. Is that it was so overhyped before going into it.
Yeah.
Like they were calling it the scariest movie of all time, and I know take that with multiple grains of salt. I get that, but it's hard not to get sucked into the hype. My brother, I was with my brother and my wife. We were watching it, and my brother did not hear anything about this movie. He didn't hear any hype about it.
Oh, okay.
He absolutely loved it. He said this is one of his favorite horror movies of all time.
Do you think they need to just stop hyping movies?
No, because that's part of marketing.
And it sells, It brings you to the office.
If I were to watch this, if I were to find Talk to Me on Shudder randomly or Tubi, and I didn't know anything about it, and I just watched it, it'd probably be like way higher regarded.
Yeah.
But I can't help the fact that the hype train really got me excited to see this movie as like one of the scariest movies of all time. For me, it's not. It's just a really well done horror movie.
Yeah.
And I liked it quite a bit. And it just goes to show, like, when you set your expectations, that can change your whole outlook on a film. Like, expectations are kind of everything. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, I would recommend it too.
Some problems I had with the movie was just that it's kind of like a lot of typical horror movies.
It's like typical horror movies.
Teenagers get into the hands of something that's very powerful and they're very irresponsible with it. Like in this movie, they have a hand where they will just put their hand to it.
You can hold the hand of
and
a
then,
hand.
Yeah, and then you say, "Talk to me."
And then
you see the ghost in front of you, whoever it is, and then let me in for it to get into you and possess you.
Inside you.
And then they record it.
Yeah.
And then they just keep going around and stuff like that with it. And I'm just like, I would definitely do it, but
I wouldn't.
I'd probably just do it just once.
I'm good. I'm not doing.
You wouldn't do it?
Hell no.
I would do it.
Hell no. And
not by myself though.
This is the funny part about this movie. I think this movie's cool because it works on two levels. It works as a ghost horror movie where you touch something that you shouldn't be touching.
Yeah.
Like. It's just like touching a Ouija board in Exorcist when she contacts Pazuzu or Captain Howdy, and he gets inside of Reagan. It's just like The Ring, where you're picking up a tape that says, play me or don't play me or whatever it said, and you're watching things that you're not supposed to, the taboo of it, right? What I like about this film is that it really heavily is an allegory to drug use. I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's like these kids.
One taste, you can't get enough.
Yeah, you got to taste. So,
Yep.
like, every time that the ghost would go inside of these kids, they would get this feeling of euphoria. And
It's
it
like
was
a
just
rush.
like a rush. Yeah, a rush of sensational, like, amazement. And every time they did it, it was like a quick hit, and then they would go around in circles and do it over and over and over again when the ghost went inside them and took over their body. It was just an amazing angelic feeling.
Yeah.
Similar to like how people describe being on methamphetamines,
Heroin.
or heroin, or anything like that.
I've actually known someone who did heroin, and it took him a very long time to get off that that drug. Long time.
Hell
Like
yeah.
he ruined his life easily, but he's doing better. But when you ask how is it, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They say it's the best thing you could ever. And it's not like, all right, for example, I used to smoke cigarettes, right? So me quitting, I will always say, yeah, I miss that feeling because it made me feel great. But this shit apparently is like, you're hooked.
50,000 cigarettes at once.
Yeah, just like, you know.
Yeah.
But,
So they were getting
yeah.
euphoric feelings throughout the movie, throughout their Conjuring, and what happens? Just like every other like drug cautionary tale story, somebody that's not supposed to be at the party, underage child, wants to try the talk to me.
But also goes above the time that they recommend.
which is dangerous.
Which in the movie I'm like, why? There was not even a
Stays too
hint
long.
of like why. What happens if you go over? I know that about the guy who in the beginning of the movie. What happened?
Yeah.
Apparently he went over, but they don't really show that he went over. It's just
Well, the Reb, I keep calling him Reb. He's from Wentworth. I love that that character. He was my favorite character in the movie. Reb. I keep calling him Reb. If you've seen the show Wentworth,
it's like Dwight. You see Dwight from The Office, you're gonna call him Dwight.
It's the bully kid.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I'm just saying like that's how people are.
I love him. He's a great character actor. Wentworth, really good. Complete opposite from this movie. Like he's like a total bully in this movie, and in Wentworth he's like just like this meek, like protect me, like kind of thing. But he explains in the movie, he says that they can't stay longer than the allotted time because the ghost wants to stay. The ghost attaches to you deep on it.
But the way they explained it was in a well, it'll keep you in, with the Australian accents. It'll stay in forever.
Yeah, you can't stay in because once you let in, they don't want to leave.
Yeah,
you can't let somebody in for too long. It's like an unwanted guest.
What kind of ghost do you think you would get?
I'd probably get the worst kind of ghost.
I'll probably get a ghost that just like kind of like how the guy was like making out with the dog.
Ghost or
something. Oh yeah, just like.
I died having sex. I'll be like,
in the grossest way too.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
nom.
I would get some jacked up ghosts. But again, I wouldn't try it. I would be like, I'm good with that.
Even just one try.
Nope. No way. Have you forgotten I'm black? We don't do that shit.
I mean, they did it in this movie.
Yeah, well, she's not really black. She was Australian black.
Yeah.
Come on. And all her friends were white. All her boyfriend was white.
Well, I mean, it's Australia,
He was
so
fake black. I'm just kidding. No disrespect to the actress, but
imagine that like all the Australian blacks are like, "Fuck Will, motherfucker."
No disrespect to the actress, but honestly, like black people, come on, we don't do that shit. We don't do that,
especially in a gathering like that.
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh fuck that, get the fuck out of my house."
These dudes are crazy.
The parent too. The parent.
Yeah, parent was like a.
Well,
cool
shout out to that mother in that movie because she's from that TV show Sabrina.
Mm-hmm. Sabrina?
Sabrina Teenage Witch, the TV show.
Which one?
She's the mother. The mother who always kills her sister.
Oh man, I don't watch that show.
Oh yeah, I actually enjoyed it, but
on Netflix, the one on Netflix.
The one on Netflix.
Yeah, seen that show.
So she's the one that she's in there. She's the mom.
Okay.
But just her demeanor in this movie as a parent, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not letting that shit happen.
Yeah, she's a little too chill, right?
Yeah, way too chill.
Way too chill.
Especially with the daughter. I was just been like, I don't know. I feel a little bit different about the way she's doing things.
Yeah,
but,
it was weird, and she was like super hurtful in certain scenes. But
yeah.
That's beside the point. But yeah, she tried it out. But you know what's the funny part about this movie is that the dumb decisions that these kids make, like doing these things, and it was funny. Just going back to the drug thing real quick, like they said, you let a kid do it? You let it It's like, what does that matter? It's like, yeah, it's a ghost. It's not a drug, but it's making allusions or allegories to that. But what I like about this movie is that the kids, like, I kind of get why they're doing it. Like the curiosity of it.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I wouldn't do it. And I'm like, I didn't condemn them too much because I hate when people make stupid decisions in movies. But I'm like, our main character, I'm like, she's kind of complicated. And I'm like, I get why she's doing this. Like, she's really hurting right now, and she's just looking for anything.
But back to the drug thing, she even brought her home.
Yeah, she brought her home, yeah.
And it's crazy because anybody in that situation, obviously what happened to the brother, you'd be like, it's over. Yeah. No, she brought it home because it was that much. She wants more.
She wants more. She wants that connection.
And she's making excuses to why she needs to keep using it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and we all know her fate towards the end.
Yeah, her fate was, it's a cautionary tale of being curious and overstepping your boundaries to something that you don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was super well done. Like, the movie moves at such a good pace, and the characters are likable. You understand where they're coming from, and the scares are really good.
Yeah,
the scares are good.
The scene with the kid and the whole face situation.
Oh my god, that scene goes so hard.
We're doing spoilers, right?
Oh, spoilers from this point.
Yeah, spoilers from this point. Even though we said it earlier, but just to make sure.
This is our spoiler review. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, he keeps bashing his face.
Yo,
but the way it's done, it just brings back so much memories to Hereditary.
Yeah.
Like the disturbing scenes in Hereditary, it has that oomph to it.
It
you
has
know
that
what I mean?
oomph. Yeah.
Like I remember when I was watching, I was like, "Oh shit!"
That scene goes so hard. Like, that's a problem I have with the movie. Real quick, just a nitpick. Like, the movie, there's that scene with the seance where the kid gets possessed, and the ghost just wants to cause havoc with his body.
Yeah.
He wants to kill that body just for fun. It goes so hard. Like, he's bashing his head into the ground, into the desk. It's a very difficult scene to watch. It goes really hard. It's awesome.
It looks really good.
Really good. And he's busting. He's pulling out his eyeball. Like, A24 was selling, I hate to go on these tangents, but A24 was selling this on their website, a T-shirt with him pulling out his eyeball.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why would you sell that T-shirt?
Well, the thing is, if you know the directors and you've seen their past YouTube videos, like the one I showed you right now.
Yeah. That was
There's
cool.
the one scene, what they're doing to their own mom. It's like
they do a lot
you're
of
watching and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
it's like it's intense.
A24 was selling the T-shirt. I'm like, what is this? I was like, well, who would buy this?
I remember watching that scene, and he's bashing his face.
Yeah.
But then he goes for his eyeball. I was like, whoa.
Bro, it was really intense. My problem, though, this is where my complaint comes in. That scene goes so hard that we never get anything as intense as that scene. And it happens towards the middle of the movie. It's like in the middle, right in smack in the middle.
How did you feel about the part when they show the spirits inside and what they're doing to him?
Yeah, it was all right.
I mean, that was a little bit like, I was like, oof.
Yeah, I was
like, he's not having a good time.
No. What I found funny, though, it's like, it was implied that they were doing some things to him. You know, they were doing some
not nice things. Yeah.
But he had his clothes on still. I'm like, okay.
Maybe we didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah, like, he had his clothes on the entire
They're just
time.
like, we're gonna maybe do this.
Were you just touching him for like 6 hours? Like,
he's like, no, I think they're gonna do this, but they're just implying.
They're just fondling me. But they didn't take my clothes off yet.
Imagine that constant fear that you're gonna get, and it just never happens.
Yeah.
They just keep. That's terrible.
Like, you got to think, like, at one point, like, there's no like good ghosts there, like some good ghosts hanging out. Like, it's all like or maybe there is good ghosts, but they don't want to get involved. Like, there's a big gang of bad ghosts, and they want to do the graping.
Yeah.
And then all of them was like, hey, I'm not getting involved with this, And but I do like how
maybe
deceptive
all
they
of them are new to the graping,
and
they're like, let's just do this and see what happens. Like, don't actually do it.
Yeah, it's what. This
Meanwhile, the
movie
kid's like,
reminded me of?
freaking out.
This movie reminded me of Insidious, the first one.
Oh, yeah?
A more intense one, because with Insidious, like the Red Door. No, Insidious with the Further, that's a similar concept to what Talk to Me is. When they get into the Talk to Me situation, these are spirits that have not moved on to the next plane. They have unfinished business, or they're tormented, or they're angry, and they hang around in this like in-between world, which is like the Further. And they hate that we're alive. That's the reason why he kept trying to kill the kid. He's like, I hate that I want to be alive. They're jealous of us.
That's a lot of possession movies. Is that every time, like, for example, I think it was Ouija or whatever.
Ouija Origin.
That it was like they just they're jealous that we're alive, and they want to possess us just to live again.
Wouldn't you be jealous if you were dead and somebody else was alive?
And I'm a ghost, though?
Yeah.
I chose to be one, or I just became a ghost?
You just became one day. Like, say you got hit by a bus one day, like, out of nowhere. You'd be pissed.
I mean, to be honest with you, if I was a ghost, I'd be in the haunting business.
You would be in the business with, like, Michael J. Fox? like in The Frighteners, where he was working with the
Oh, I
ghosts.
didn't mean like him now. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, they were working.
This is that
Michael
guy.
J. Fox was working with the ghosts. In
Yeah,
The
of course. I
Frighteners.
remember Frighteners.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I would.
You would do that?
I'd be the old guy.
You're a good ghost.
I'd be the old guy. You know, with the one guns and he's like banging the bones
Banging
and stuff
the
like
bones.
that.
That was weird.
He's
Well,
like,
he wasn't even banging anything. He's a ghost. But
Maybe it felt good though.
maybe
Groot.
ectoplasm
Like
all
I'm
over
Groot
your
right now.
face and neck.
Groot. I'm Groot. I'm talking
What?
like Groot. I said it's Groot.
He's a Groot.
Turn into Groot.
He had ectoplasm all over the place.
Yeah.
But it never reaches that level of that crescendo. It doesn't get to that point where it's like it never got too much. It would just that was its moment where it was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I kind of love the movie. I think it was really, really well done, and it's something you definitely should watch. I mean, I'm nitpicking the hell out of this, but it's great. It's a great movie.
I want to see it again.
Yeah.
Just to see how it has that effect on me. You know what I mean? There's some movies when you watch again, you're like, this was good.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck it.
That was like
because you
Pirates
missed
of the
certain things in the first
Caribbean
one.
for me. The first one, I hated it the first time I watched it.
Really? Why? The first one?
I hated it. And then
I could see the others why people would hate it.
I hated it.
The first one was pretty. For me, the first one was like, yo, I'm a fucking pirate.
Yeah, I'm a pirate
You know?
now. No, I hated it. But then I watched it a second time. I was like, I really love this movie. Why did I hate it so much?
You know what movie I hated so much, but then I love again was
it was Expectations. That's why.
let's see. It wasn't. I think it was actually Demolition Man. It's a random movie.
Oh wow, I love that movie.
I didn't like it from the beginning. I was like, this is stupid. And then I watched it again.
Watch it again. You
I was
loved
like, oh shit, this is great.
Nice. So, yeah, I mean that's our take on Talk to Me. What do you guys think of it? Comment below.
Yeah.
And if you like this video, hit the like button, share it, hit the notification bells, and consider subscribing. We're Terror Talk with a 3 instead of an E, and we do all things horror movie related, movie news, reviews, and analysis, stuff like this. We just hang out and talk horror because that's what we
That's
love
it.
to do.
Let's hang out. Just a couple dads hanging out.
Hang out with these dads.
Yeah. Horror dads.
I'm hanging out with Dad tonight.
Hey, I'm gonna. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have a dad. Let me hang out with these
Where's
two
my
dads.
dad?
Match.
I need these dads in my life.